Hello and welcome to this episode of Microchips, and I promise you the last video on this Stalker 9 FDX that I've been lovingly repairing. But don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment, join the Facebook group, have a look at my website and all that lot. Let's begin. So this Stalker 9 FDX has still got a few things that we didn't address last time, and we've got to sort out this front. So, what things didn't we address last time? Well, for a start, I didn't address this coil, or should we say the centre of the coil that's flapping about in the breeze. And also, this front. Now, I know the front's functional, but I wasn't happy. But then after the first video got released, I got this nice email from Peter Whitehouse. And it says, "Hi, I have a very tidy front panel for the Stalker 9 you are restoring, and I was wondering if you would like it free of charge, as it has given me many hours of enjoyment watching your YouTube channel. Regards, Pete." Well, thank you for that, Pete, and I took him up on his offer. So here is the Stalker 9 panel. Now it is a Stalker 9 panel, not a Stalker 9 FDX, so we're going to have to lift off the decals. But as you can see, it's still got some war wounds on it, but it's not got a nasty mark down the side. So I think this is a win. This should make my Stalker 9 look a lot better. And by the power of, or should we say the magic of YouTube, all the decals have been removed. I'm going to give it a nice clean up, and yeah, okay, it's not perfect, but it's a damn sight better than mine. So I took the bottom decal off because my decal's in a bit better condition with that, and obviously the top one we need because it's a Stalker 9 FDX. And yeah, it's definitely in better condition than mine. So anyway, yeah, thank you, Pete, that's very kind of you. So how we're going to attack this? So I'm just dropping some alcohol down there just to see whether we can get any movement out of the front decal. Now it is moving, but I don't want to press it because I don't want to bend it or dent it. But little did I know this was not going to be an issue, because as soon as the alcohol had done its work, off it come, and it turns out that our top decal is plastic. So that's probably why it's still in pretty good condition. So once the alcohol had loosened up all the glue, we could pop it off and we could give it a good clean. Unfortunately, the bottom one is not going to be that easy. As you can see, off it comes, only held on by double-sided tape, so we'll clean all that off. There's a comparison between the two, the Stalker 9 being the metal and the FDX being plastic. That's actually excellent. So I've started to work up the bottom metal work, and for once this is actually stuck down quite well, because normally these just drop off when you go near them. So I'm trying not to bend it, and eventually we get it off. And I'm just going to clean off any residual glue with some alcohol and a cloth. Make it ready for putting back onto the replacement front. So there's our front decals. Let's get them onto the radio. So how we're going to fix them? Well, we're going to use this Scotch 3M double-sided tissue tape. It's really thin but sticks really good. So I've put it all over the front of the radio, as you can see, and we've taken off the protective backing from it. Now this stuff really does stick, so it's good, but it will come off with alcohol, so I think it's perfect for this job. So we'll carefully lay the top decal down, as so, and we get the bottom decal. Carefully drop that into place. I'm just going to get a cotton bud and just go around it and give it a good press. And this should hold quite well. I've done a few radios like this now and they've never fallen off, so yeah, I think I'm happy with this approach. And last but not least, the small window that I've gone over with some polywatch, just to remove any surface scratches. And yeah, I think it looks a lot better. So let's pop it onto the radio and have a look. A little bit of careful manoeuvring, on it goes. It looks excellent. And there's with all its knobs back on. Okay, it's not perfect, but it's a damn sight better than what it was originally. So, this inductor that's flapping about in the breeze, this needs to be addressed. So I've took it out, and as you can see, it wasn't really attached to much. It was still working, but it's not right, considering the work I've done to this radio already. Let's see if we can get any reading out of it. Yeah, the LCR meter doesn't even understand it. So I had a look around in my parts box and I actually found one with the same diameter, same amount of windings. And this one barely reads. So yeah. Well, for me it's the same wire, it's the same amount of windings. It'll fit. It should do the job. And it was out of a radio's RF stage anyway, so I think this should be fine. So let's get it into the radio. So there it is in place. What we need to do now is give it a quick tune. And see what happens. There we go. Nice 6.5 to 7 watts across the bands. That'll do nicely. I've actually got it turned down inside the radio a little bit. Don't want it driving at full power all the time. One thing we didn't look at last time was this cyanide stuff. Let's see how good the receiver is. So I'm just messing about with a clarifier there, just to get the tone matched up with what the cyanide meter wants to hear. And I think it's fine. You can hear stuff at 115, so yeah, that's perfectly sensitive. So I think that's good. So we'll set it to minus 70 dB and set the S meter to around about S9. Just like that. Now let's do the transmitter bias, or should we say the RF power transistor bias. So we're taking out the plate, we put our meter in place, and we need to set this first variable for 8 milliamps. Now I've already given the go over with switch cleaner because we're a bit noisy. And this second control is very, very twitchy. But we finally get there in the end and get it around the 100 milliamp mark as specified in the service manual. So that should be our drive current setup as per the manual. It's as close as, it's good enough. So I've given this plate a clean up with some switch cleaner, ensure a good contact. And we'll have a look at the two-tone on the scope. I think it looks nice. Everything's crossing over in the correct place. It's a nice waveform. It's not overly flat topped. So yeah, I think that's good. And to finish it off, we put the screws back in it yet again. And there we have it. There's our Stalker 9 FDX finally finished again. So thank you, Peter, for sending me that front. It's made the radio much better. But anyway, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment, join the Facebook group. Have a look at my website where all my boards are listed. And thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next episode.